Gender. Sexual equality is still an issue in today's society, with many salary surveys reporting that a woman doing the same job as a man will typically earn less. In the early 1900s, the life of a woman was much worse. Women simply weren't valued by society, and even upper-class women had few privileges outside of the family unit. For women like Sheila, their hopes of a decent life rested with their ability to find and marry a wealthy man, which would explain the level of celebration in the Burling household at the beginning of the play. That said, times were starting to change. The period in which the play is set was a time of social and political unrest. At the time, women were campaigning for the right to vote for greater equality. It is likely that this fact impacted on Sheila in a way that had not affected her mother. Mrs. Burling accepts a role, a position in life as the wife of a man with important work to do. Sheila shows a greater independence of mind and spirit and is not so ready to accept such a role or position. For women like Eva Smith, it would have been essential that she had a job, as there was no income support or job seekers allowance at the time. People would either work or have no money. For those women not lucky enough to find work, many would turn to prostitution to make ends meet. Whilst it is not explicitly stated in the play, this is certainly implied when Gerald rescues Daisy Renton from the lecherous advances of Alderman Meggerty. It wasn't until the Representation of the People Act in 1928 that women were given the right to vote on the same terms as men. Given that the play was set in 1912, Eva Smith would have been living in a society in which she had no influence or power. In this way, Eva Smith's identity as a woman is deeply bound with her identity as a member of the working class. It seems significant that in An Inspector Calls, the victim is a woman. Given Priestley's intentions, and had the character been a man, it may not have been as successful. The play needed the victim to earn the sympathies of the audience, and to do that, the character needed to be as vulnerable as possible. Whilst working class men could certainly have been seen to suffer, they would not have been exposed to or taken advantage of in the same way that Eva Smith is by Gerald and Eric sexually. Indeed, it is when we realise that Eva Smith felt that she had nothing to live for, despite being pregnant with a child, that we are truly shocked. It's her gender, her womanhood, the fact that she is pregnant, that actually pushes her over the edge.